So some of the other tools on this bike stand are a tire lever, which is really useful for removing tires and fixing flats. Flathead screwdriver, which you'll mostly use for accessories, installing and removing lights and so on. This is kind of a combination wrench here. It's got a big 32mm flat here, and that's usually for headsets on older bikes. It's a bit of a more advanced operation. Probably won't use that very much. And then this is a 15mm wrench. That's really useful for removing pedals as well as removing wheel nuts on solid axles. So generally, again, older bikes, single speeds, that kind of thing. This is a multi-tool of Allen keys. So you've got all different sizes that you're generally going to find on a bike. Most components on modern bikes are attached and torqued using Allen keys. So this is going to be your go-to tool for many operations. This is a Torx 25 driver. Generally, you're only going to find this tool used on disc brakes and sometimes as well on some suspension pivots. Generally only going to be found on those more modern and also sometimes higher end bikes. Here's a set of flat wrenches, 9 and 11 and 8 and 10mm wrenches. Very common to have these little nuts and bolts that use flats like this, especially on older or lower end bikes. You'll find smaller nuts that will need these wrenches. And then a Phillips screwdriver, which again is mostly useful for accessories, but also you'll use it for centering brakes, V-brakes, and adjusting the limits on your derailleurs so that your chain doesn't fall off.